Hey Pitmasters, today we're going to be roasting a Boston butt. Look at this giant Boston butt, 8.68 kilograms. Look at this beast. And look at the marbling that's in there. Let's get it out of the package. The reason why we're making this video is that I want to find out if I'm able to roast a Boston butt. Get it nice and crispy on the outside, but still a bit smoked. So we'll pat this dry and then we'll put it on the smoker.
You can label this as a fitness video as well.
This is a health video for health gurus. Workout. I'm sexy and I know it. Whoa. Why didn't you help me remind that the first thing to do is to fire up the barbecue? We needed to fire up the barbecue first, so let's do that now, right? Okay. We'll put in some Kamado Joe Big Block. Put some fire starters in and light it up. While a barbecue is getting up to temperature, we're going to score the meat. In my mind, a roast has a crispy fat cap on the outside. Let's put some salt on. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. We want to get a lot of salt on that fat cap. Get it in there. The barbecue is lit up, so we're going to put the heat deflectors in, and once we got the heat deflectors in, we'll also put in a chunk of smoke wood. We're going to use apple wood this time, and we'll start smoking this roast.
So you want to add some spices as well?
Of course, we want to add flavor, so we'll flip this thing around and put some rub on. I got this special technique to get it on the sides. Just tap it, flap it. And this is a big cut of meat, so we want a heavy coat. We'll put this thing fat side up. There we go. Look at this giant. This is the Kamado Joe Big Joe, and this is really a giant. Close the lid and set the barbecue to smoke at 160 degrees Celsius. We have the fat side up and we got the meat side down, so all of that meat is picking up that smoke flavor. We'll just let it sit there for like an hour or so it picked up enough smoke, and then we'll get to the next phase. You ready? We've been smoking now for, it's been like an hour or so, but what I'm looking for is color. And look at it, ouch, getting hot already, but where you can really see that it's picking up smoke is on the top. You can see that the fat is not as white anymore. It's harder to see actually on the part that we rubbed, but on the fat, you can definitely see that it picked up smoke. So it's time to wrap it. We got enough smoke flavor and we want to get it cooked. We want to get it up to temperature. This thing is so big, how do we get it off? 2 spatulas, maybe that will work. It's just too big. All right. 1, 2. There we go. Look at that thing. That's an absolute beast. Wow, it smells already really, really good. And I thought I had big aluminum foil. This thing makes it look just small. Here comes the hail again. This is not normal. What's happening? We got hail coming in. This is just crazy. We wrapped up our Boston butt and it's ready to go back on the grill. There we go. With the Boston butt on the grill, we're going to raise the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius. We got the fat cap down so it protects the meat from any radiation heat that comes from the bottom. And now we wait for a couple of hours. I think it's going to take up at least 5. Our Boston butt has been in the aluminum foil for 4 hours. Time to take it off. This is crazy. I'm scared to flip it. This is hot, and this is fat.
It can explode.
It's so hot. This is so hot. I'm just a bit scared that if I open it up, all the hot grease will come out. So we gotta be careful. I'm just gonna cut it open. I think that's a safer way to go. Whoa, that was a good call. Look at this. See how much fluid's in there. We still have a little bit of dark here, dark outside, which actually turned into a really good bark. But look at how wiggly it is. I got a great suggestion from one of my live stream viewers to actually draw out the fat first. And I think that's a good idea. Thanks, Martin. Let's try it, let's get it out and then put it on the grill and try and roast it. So let's open up the grill, take out our Boston butt, and this is where you got to be careful. This thing is super, super hot. This is going to fall apart on me. I need spatulas. I need spatulas. Now I got an idea. I'm so scared with it. It's so hot. Now that is a grease fire. That's how you're supposed to have fun at the grill. I think this is going to taste amazing though, because this is the outside of the fat. Wow. Let's give some to the cameraman. A bit of the skin. That's going to be tasty. That's good, right?
What are you doing?
Oh, we got all this pork fat that is still fluid. Look at that. And we can use that. If we just pour it into a bowl or into something, and what I'm doing is just lining the bowl with a little bit of foil, and then we're pouring the fat right in there and let it cool down. We can actually use this fat later on. Just take it out of the fridge, cut off a piece, put it in the pan, I don't know, bake your egg in it. It's going to be super, super tasty. Are you ready? Look at this beauty. It's such a shame that we lost some of the fat cap to the aluminum foil, but we're still good. Still got some nice crispy bits here. Look at that wiggle. I really want to take this off now. Not because it's done, but because I just can't wait any longer, because I know this is going to taste good. 1, 2, 3, here we go. 8 kilograms. Look at that. This is a thing of beauty. I'll put some aluminum foil on top, let it sit there, let it relax, and we will start working on the rest of the ingredients. Yeah, you thought this was it, right? No, it isn't. I took the heat deflectors out, and now we're going to put a cast iron pan on the grill. Our pan is hot, and I just want to put a little bit of that beautiful pork fat that we just stored and put it in our pan. Look at that. Now what we're going to add to that is sauerkraut. Now to make the sauerkraut taste good, we're going to add a beer. This is an autumn bock beer, which is really sweet and powerful in flavor. We're just going to let it simmer down until it's completely reduced and we get a nice crust on the bottom of the pan. You really got to keep your eye on the pan because it's searing hot, and we want to make sure that our sauerkraut doesn't burn, but it does get that nice sweet crisp. You can see that the moisture almost disappeared, and it's going to happen between now and around 20 seconds or so. So we got to keep our eye on it. Put the plate on. Flip it. There we go. Look at that perfectly caramelized sauerkraut. Absolutely amazing. We'll slice open a bun. And now we're going to build up this sandwich with the goodness. Look at this beauty. Now the first thing that we want to do is separate all these parts, because look at this. This is like crispy fat on the outside, and inside is shredded open. Look in there. It's all kind of juicy meat. And here, somewhere underneath, let's flip it over. There's that bone. Look at that. What an absolute beauty. Super, super clean. We want to take some of that bark, put it on the side, because these are the tasty part. Look at this. Look at how juicy that is. Look at that meat falling apart. Let's flip it around again. Look at that. Because these top parts with the fat, I just want to chow down on that. Let me get one bite before we taste it. Oh, this is just crazy. Like having pulled pork with crispy skin. How is that possible? This is so good. Try one. This is good. This is good. Do you like it?
It's amazing.
Do you want more?
Of course.
Well, let's get in there. We want to build up a sandwich and I just want to take out the best parts. So what we got here is pulled pork ready to pull. Look at that. It's just stretched apart and folds apart. And basically that's the outside of the pork. We also have some parts that are more tough. They are not as cooked as pulled pork, but they're like cooked like brisket. So we need to slice that up. But it's going to work amazing. That's going to be super juicy and tender. But we're going to build up the sandwich out of these three things. Crispy skin, brisket tender and pulled pork tender parts. So let's build up our sandwich. We'll start off with a little bit of our sauerkraut. Look at that. We'll put some sweet chili sauce on top of that. Now we'll go in with our pieces of pulled pork, some slices of that super tender pork. And we'll finish that off with some crispy bark and a little bit more sweet chili sauce. Now we'll put on the cap and this sandwich is ready to be devoured. Look at this beauty. What a beast. Now you know we gotta go anaconda style with this one. Wow. There we go. This is amazing. The juices that are running out of this. One more bite. If I would have a sandwich shop, this was going to be the one. We get all kinds of textures from the pork. It's super juicy. The sauerkraut has a bit of acidity. And the sweetness from the chili sauce. Man, this is one of my favorites. There's so much to this dish. You got the crispiness, you got the pulled pork version, you got that real meaty stuff. And the flavors are insane. This is a really great way to roast your pork. And then making a sandwich with it like this, fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video recipe. And if you did, then leave me a big thumbs up and a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think. A big thanks to our patrons and a thanks to our YouTube members. And you guys freaking rock. See you guys next video. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.